It's all fun and games till someone gets shot.
Tekken 8 just won't quit. They're dropping fire after fire after fire, non-stop trailers back to back. That other trailer, the live action one, when everyone was putting their heads on the other person's neck, it looked more so like a Pepsi commercial than a Tekken commercial. Watching that made me thirsty. But this one is absolute fire. The official launch trailer is here. You have Kazuya Mishima in this Coliseum beginning the King of Iron Fist tournament. I really love how the Tekken development team brought all of these different environments to life and really made them feel like as real as possible. Kazuya says, I speak now to all of humanity. I announced the opening of the King of Iron Fist tournament. You have Harang walking out preparing for his battle. This looks like it's in the actual arena, not necessarily the Coliseum. We'll see that later. It always fascinates me how excited everyone around is. This guy Kazuya is basically announcing war on anyone who disagrees with him. And then you have all of these people in these stadiums who are just like, yes, come on, front row seats. Like, in a world of Tekken, there's been so much stuff happen. Look at these guys. There's been so much stuff that's happened. There's been buildings blowing up, entire cities getting annihilated. And then these guys are like, yeah, I'll go to the King of Iron Fist tournament. It's just so strange seeing a crowd full of people this far into World War III. But let's focus. You have Sanchez on this boat. Once again, I think this is him departing his home and entering in the King of Iron Fist tournament as well. I love here at the bottom how it says, be warned, those who fail to prove their might. It then also shows Reina making her introduction into the world as well, shall be wiped from the earth along with their country. So the stakes this time around is completely different. The tournaments usually revolve around one character trying to get some money or some fame or some glory. And I feel like at this point, bro, once again, World War III, why would someone enter in a tournament expecting to win anything when the Mishimas never gave it in the past? It's kind of rigged. Paul Phoenix won. Jin Kazama was like, no, you didn't. I did. Harang beat Jin in, I think, Tekken 5. Jin was like, no, you didn't. I won. So the tournaments always felt a little sketchy, but to see them reshape it in this way that it's all or nothing, death or success, it's so much better because the stakes are different and it also makes sense for everyone to show up because it's not out of personal gain. This time it's like they're kind of like heroes in a sense. They're showing up to protect their whole entire country, right? Here you have Zafina, Claudio, Zhao Yu, and Panda. They reach the stadium. Zafina's looking at Claudio, look like she has something to say. Claudio looks back like he's going to say something. The match made in heaven, the deadly alliance. It skips over to Jin Kazama. We must seek Jin Kazama is what he says. Now in here, this is the Coliseum. You can see by the Roman statues. He's walking out to fight his first battle. This shows that the tournament will take place across multiple arenas, and I wonder if the Coliseum is the beginning and Claudio and Zafina is outside of it, what prevents them from reaching Jin Kazama is then Jin Kazama moving to this next arena, which we have to imagine is very far away. So obviously Claudio, Zafina, Zhao Yu, and Panda, they don't do whatever it is they're trying to accomplish in this instance. For those of you who've seen the Polish spoilers that was posted to YouTube by a journalist, you guys kind of already know what's going to happen in this battle, but I won't say anything. But it is interesting just seeing these two characters battle once again because these two characters fought many times in the past. In Tekken 7 they fought, in Tekken 5 they fought. The winner, you can argue if Jin came out on top or if Harang came out on top. I think the fact that Harang can compete with Jin regardless just says how powerful this character is. I love that he's getting the spotlight in the story. Well, all characters are. Then you cut over to some gameplay. I won't really do like a step-by-step breakdown of the gameplay because we've seen so much every character's gameplay trailer. The gameplay in Tekken is always at the forefront and that's why we all love the game. But this time around, they're giving us another reason to celebrate this game, the story. It cuts over to Steve Fox and it says the fighters will battle for personal glory and the fate of their countries. Once again, just reestablishing that. Quick note, Sanchez is on this boat. And then Lily is also on this boat. I wonder if these two characters will meet here. I wonder if these two characters are enemies, allies, just in this moment, because we obviously know they will team up together in the battlefield, but this seems like this will be their introduction. For some reason, she's fighting this guy in all black, who I would assume, just taking a guess, is like maybe a bodyguard or something. So it's just interesting. Like, is this where these two characters meet? I don't know. This scene is pretty interesting as well. I feel like the developers sit back and watch everything that we're doing, and they stitch this trailer perfectly to try to throw as many curveballs as possible our direction. Law and Paul Phoenix working together. Law is raising up Paul Phoenix's fist. Now, obviously, this shouldn't be a big deal, stopping and making a big deal about it. But if you go back to the other trailer we saw, no, the opening cutscene we saw, Law was literally kicking Paul Phoenix in the chest. And we were all like, wait a minute. Law is working with the enemy, Kazuya Mishima. The friendship, the duo between these two characters is over. I still believe that will happen. I think this segment here is just before everything really goes bad. He says, I'll give Kazuya a nice smack in the face. If you guys remember these two characters' story, they're both basically just trying to win the tournament like they always do. A lot of characters is always in that mindset of let's win the tournament, let's win the tournament, let's win the tournament. But then I think when Kazuya transforms, that's going to open up a lot of people's eyes and really make them decide. Like, Kazuya is going to make them decide either you're with me or you're against me. And I think that's going to be the moment we see these two characters divide, right? You got to keep that in mind. We're going to see the divide happen in a lot of these instances. That's what the story development and character development is all about. You have Jin in this world looking super hopeless. Now that all the pieces are in place, this hope you've entrusted to me, I will make it count. I swear. It sounds like Jin is talking to Jun Kazama in this instance, talking about that light. In the end, it says, people of the world, lose yourself to the maelstrom of chaos. So basically, all those people who are cheering in that stadium is pretty much listening to what Kazuya is saying, right? Lose yourself to the chaos. The new scene here that's catching everyone by surprise is this one of Kazuya. I was wondering if Kazuya was actually on this battle when we seen the story trailer, but he is. He shoots this big laser, the same one that he shot in New York City, and he's basically decimating the landscape. He's up in the sky where no one can touch him, and he's shooting this laser, and he's just hitting everyone. Allies, enemies, friends, his mom. Like, he doesn't care. He's just wiping everyone out. And then the camera changes, and you have this foot step in front of the camera looking directly at the laser. It's Reina Mishima. She is standing there with her hands out, and she is basically like, hit me with everything you got, test. Now, obviously, she's going to get wiped out by this laser, but the question is, can she take it? Can she take this blast and fight on, or is she just going to get hit by this and, be... Of course, I think Jin knows she's a Mishima at this point. Lars knows, but does Kazuya know? Maybe Kazuya tries to hit her with this laser, and then he just notices in the sky that someone got hit and didn't go down. And he's like, wait, who's that? What is that? Someone survived? That's when he starts to hone in on her, and maybe he figures out she's a Mishima too. They could do something really interesting with this moment. Once again, I just love how they're highlighting every character, and every character is just getting the opportunity to pop off. I love this. This trailer is absolute fire. Can't wait to play the full game. Thank you guys for watching. I just want to break this down. That's it.